Hi everybody, this is Alchymyst02 and I'm back again with another movie review. Well, Dad and I just came out of the cinema after seeing Dinner for Schmucks, and I must say this is probably the funniest movie that I've seen all summer. There are still some scenes going around in my head between the two main characters, Barry and Tim, that are absolutely a riot. And it's not just a movie that's humorous. No, it's more than that. It's actually a movie that teaches you about the value of friendship and intelligence and how appearances can be deceiving sometimes. And just about love and life, and it's actually quite profound if you think about it. You just have to see the movie yourself if you're going to believe me. But Steve Carell as Barry is just an out-and-out riot. I mean, his facial expressions were just so comical, and I was thinking to myself, if I had been on the set helping him film this, I probably would have been on my back laughing my butt off, because I laughed so hard throughout this film that I was literally coughing. And that doesn't happen very often with me when it comes to comedies. But personally, I thought this comedy was top-notch, perfect. I'll give it 2 thumbs way up, 4 stars. Nothing else needs to be said. There were some kind of odd scenes littered throughout the film, and if you're offended by scenes that have somewhat of a sexual connotation to them, then I wouldn't see Dinner for Schmucks. But it's really not that bad, because in comparison to European films, this is nothing. So, in fact, it's funny I should say that, because this film, Dinner for Schmucks, was originally a French film. So, if you like Steve Carell and want to see him in a different kind of role, he's just, his character, you just want him to have the best. You just love him. And it's also very interesting to note that although this is a comedy, I did become quite overclamped in a few scenes. I won't tell you what they are, because if I do, that'll give away some of the plot. But basically, the whole movie is about this guy. He's trying to make his way up in the business world, and he is invited by his friend to this Swiss gentleman's what is known to be called as the Dinner for Idiots. So I just thought that that was a really interesting idea. And of course the repeated line throughout is, that's just messed up. And yeah, it is messed up, but in the end it turns out well for everybody. I'm not going to say how, is they resolve everything in the end. You'll see how if you go see it. But to be honest with you, I think this is absolutely the funniest movie I've seen all summer, besides Date Night, who stars Steve Carell. What'd you know? I really think that Steve has performed a hat trick this year, and he's got, of course, Date Night and Despicable Me and Dinner for Schmucks, and I think in all of these films he has performed very, very well. And he also depicts himself with an English accent, which I just yeah, you'll see what I mean. If you go see this, you will just be laughing your rear off. I mean, it is really hysterical. I mean, it's so funny. And there's still some things I'm laughing about after seeing it. I really would want to see this again, and I probably would get it out on DVD when it comes out on DVD. But if you have anybody in your family who's offended by kind of risque situations, well, you know, I really didn't think that they were, to be honest with you, but that kind of made me blush a little bit. But if you have anybody in your family that's like that, just don't take them to see this because they might be offended by it. But beyond that, I really didn't think that there was anything objectifying in this movie, and it was just funny, flat out. And just to see Steve Carell and his facial expressions was worth the money alone. So if you have a chance to see Dinner for Schmucks, I would highly, 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 highly recommend it because it is très magnifique.